Hello, my name is JDLewis, and this is my project for Architecture 235. We started off by looking at our inspiration for triangulated surfaces, and I chose this facade, which displayed different shadows and reflectiveness. An early tool we used is a background bitmap, which was put into the background of Rhino that you could build on top of. We then created a surface and rebuilt it to put control points so we could alter the surface and show the characteristics of our plane. The trim tool was very useful in a subtractive matter where we could do the process of subtraction if we didn't need anything. And we could also use extrude if we wanted to do the process of addition and create more volume or more depth to a certain object. Planar surfaces were a tool we used to combine curves and turn it into walls almost, and we could then manipulate that or look at different volumes and levels in our surfaces. The array tool was used to duplicate a specific object and evenly proportion it or put it in a systematic matter, and then if we created another surface we could select a similar corner and project it onto that. The loft selected curves, and then it could create smooth surfaces through those curves in any direction, and then from that we could rebuild it onto a lower degree, which made it more squarish, and we could extract those curves and build onto it with triangulated surfaces. Contour was a way to almost look at the topography of an object in a way where we could look at it in different levels and be clear. It was used by taking the length of the object or something like that. In RhinoCam, we could create a surface and then put custom curves on the surface, and that would be our custom tool paths. And by making a bounding box, it would be used as a reference for stock or material. This is a video of selecting the stock and simulation of the curves. We used another tool called Height Field, which was for 3D printing, which took a black and white picture and turned it into a terrain using the black as the lowest points of the terrain and the white as the highest points, and gray filled everything in between. For laser cutting, we used the bottom of my plane and extracted the wireframe and built onto it with triangulated surfaces, making the project bend and function the way I wanted. Then by unrolling it or flattening it, I could put it into the machine to get it cut. With the CNC milling, I took custom curves and projected them onto a surface in Rhino, and then used those curves as my custom tool paths. In the I don't know what I was trying to say. My first iterative process, I used a background bitmap, rebuilt and extracted it, and built on top of it to show characteristics of a tent, because I liked the factors. My second process, created side surfaces as walls at first, but took them away, tried to make it smaller and more of a human scale. We use Illustrator to explore different colors and make logos by referring them to a bird and the bird's colors. So I chose this bird, and here is my logo. And we could explore texture, and since I was using a bird, put feathers as texture. First model didn't come out as good as I wanted to. It had too much